Thank goodness people are talking more about menopause now, but in my opinion, not nearly enough yet. I for one feel like I've barely been taught anything about it amongst my education. And most women, I think, agree that they feel completely in the dark about this stage in their life, that we're not really taught anything useful about what's coming up or how to handle it. Agreed? And yet, during this time, I bet, and I know I do, that we want to stay active, enjoy our bodies, and be able to move, well, for as long as we can, right? So today, let's look specifically at the effects of menopause on the way that you exercise. So here are some common shifts that do happen during menopause for most people that affect exercise, and some very simple suggestions of what you can do about them as well. So number one, blood vessels are less compliant, which means blood pressure changes are slower. And a beta-alanine supplement can act as a vasodilator to increase blood circulation during exercise. It's one suggestion. Number two, you start to sweat later, vasodilate for longer, and can't handle heat very well. So sweating later into exercise means that you don't lose heat as efficiently through sweating. Increasing hydration during exercise and pre-hydration techniques are a really good option if you are looking at doing some longer endurance activities, so 120 minutes plus. Optimize cooling post-exercise by cool towels, consuming cool food and fluids in order to help blood flow for recovery. If you are liking these tips and you want to know more, don't forget to like and subscribe, and check out the description section below. I've got some free guides that you can download and get you going on your health and fitness journey, or continue on it to create strength, inner power and peace. Number three, greater sensitivity to carbohydrates. Now this means blood sugar levels during menopause can swing around more, and so potentially aiming for a lower carbohydrate intake can help. Estrogen increases your insulin sensitivity, so as your levels of this hormone drops, you can become more insulin resistant. We can work with your body to support your changing needs though. Consider choosing carbohydrates that are lower GI, which is slower releasing, such as fruits or veggies. But don't cut them out. Think about your relationship with food as well. It's just tweaks. Number four, your body uses protein less effectively. So the amount and timing of protein can be a lot more important for building lean muscle and holding on to lean muscle. Consider increasing your intake of the amino acid leucine, and consider increasing protein intake before, during, and after exercise. And number five, less power production. So the speed and strength of muscle contractions tends to decrease with age. So focusing on power and speed is an important aspect of postmenopausal training. Lift heavy, lift often, and mix it up. Don't be scared of bulk. Be more concerned with muscle loss. And if you want to dive into way more depth with any of these, which we've just touched on today, there's so much in-depth research out there now, then I recommend reading a book called Roar, R-O-A-R, by Dr. Stacey Sims, from which these ideas were taken. It's an amazing place to dive into knowing more. Menopause, remember, my biggest message here, does not have to be doom and gloom. Those points above do not have to be negative, and you don't need to sit in that story. Sure, it can be a difficult journey of self-discovery, and for many there will be trial and error as you figure out what works for you. But I believe that we can use it as a chance to connect even deeper with our changing bodies and work with ourselves to enjoy our bodies, movement, and even more confidence in ourselves. Menopause makes us more, not less. So how has menopause affected your experience of exercise? And what has sparked or helped the most for you above? Let me know in the comments below.